Oh, sorry. Morning, everyone. Hoping you're having a great day. It's Grow with Joe here to give you more lessons on how to grow yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and also help you with your personal finances. That's what I do here at Grow with Joe. I'm a financial planner, development coach, here to take people from halfway up the mountain to the top of the mountain. So if you see my logo, it's a mountain, and I chose a mountain because of the word mediocre. Mediocre comes from two Latin words, ocris, which means rugged mountain, and medius, which means halfway. So if you're mediocre, you're literally halfway up the mountain. And my goal is to help you go from halfway up your mountain to the top of your mountain financially and personally. That's why every day we work on ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually so that we can handle getting up our mountain. And it's really going to be tough to get up that mountain. And one of the things that we need to do when we're tracking up our mountain is we got to know how to make good decisions. Uh, I recently just read this book called Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke. Duke is a famous poker player, and she wrote this really amazing book that I really love. I'm always learning, trying to learn about how can I make the best decisions possible for myself, because life is about decisions. The more positive decisions that we can make for ourselves, the better off we're going to be. But I liked how Duke explained how life is not like chess; it's more like poker. Because with chess, you see all the information on the board. You know how the pieces move. You know where the pieces can move on the next move, and like basically, the player with the most skill is gonna win in chess most of the time, unless they make a huge blunder. But when it comes to poker, you can be a bad poker player and have a really lucky night and win the pot. But the key thing is don't mistake that luck for skill. And that's how our decisions are. Like, hey, we can get lucky, but there's probably going to be a day when that luck runs out. So the idea is let's focus on our skills and look at our decisions and be like, hey, did we make a good decision and we just got a bad result? Or do we have poor skills and that's why we got a bad result? And we had, so like with any decision that you make, you just have to realize like, hey, I made the best decision possible and it was just a bad result. Like for me, like let's just say for me, I started this financial planning business last year in 2019, and the first 2 years for our business are really tough. And what makes it really tougher is starting a business and then a pandemic hits. Yeah, things slowed down for myself, but hey, it was not a bad decision that I made. It was just a bad result. Like no one was expecting a pandemic to hit. I had all the information in front of me in 2019, and it just a bad result. Like in terms of like what happened this year, things are starting to pick up and everything. But the idea is, yeah, I don't regret starting a business. I don't regret doing a lot of things because even if I get a bad result, because hey, I made a good decision. I don't know. I could just also say like, hey, in high school, I played high school football and I tore my ACL the second day of practice, I think, or first day. I think it was the second day of practice in football my senior year and done for the year. So, uh, could I say it was a good decision? Yeah, I think it was a good decision. Probably could have been better as a football player, but I just got a bad result. Things just happened. My foot got stuck in the grass, and it just season was done after that. Like things happen, like if you on the Marines, like on the Marines, I got lucky. It was a good decision because I gained all the skills and I gained all these skills and I got these benefits to like to go to school and everything. And like eventually I got a good result because I got stationed in Hawaii, I got stationed in Portland. When I went to Iraq, it was everything was fine. But there's some people who get bad results, and those are just the risks that we have to take. Uh, like, yeah, it's hard, but it's life is not risk free. Like there's all decisions that we made and we thought that was the best, and sometimes we just get a bad result, and those are things we just have to accept. I feel like this really goes with the Stoic philosophy, is that you love everything that happens to you. So even if you do get a bad result, just learn from it, embrace it, and look to see if it was actually your skill that got you that bad result, or it was luck. Because you don't want to fool yourself into thinking you're getting bad results through bad luck, when actually it's your process. Like in the book Thinking in Bets, Annie talked about how this one poker player would always bet on the worst hands you could do, and he was trying to be irrational and unpredictable and everything, and it worked like barely, but he lost most of his money, but he couldn't get out of the loop. Like, hey, this is supposed to work. Like, don't think that things are supposed to work. Think about, okay, how's this actually supposed to work? And yeah, so when I look at all the things that I do, I have to see, hey, is this a skill issue, or is this a luck, the thing that I just have to try again type of thing. Like one of the things in business is you just have to keep trying over and over again to market yourself. And this happens in a lot of places. Like you just, like, even when you're applying for job interviews, you gotta ask yourself, is this a result of bad luck, or is this a bad result? Is my resume not up to date? Is my social media presence not up to date? Because people say they check your social media before they sit down with you. Are you doing these things? And like sometimes those employers don't tell you what you're supposed to know if you got the job or not. But the idea is you try to get honest feedback, try to be as honest with yourself as possible, so that when whatever result you get, hopefully it's because of bad luck and not bad skill. And these are things that you want to control for. Something I'm learning in my MBA class that applies to this is something DMACC, which stands for define. So you want to define the problem or the obstacle that you want to come. So what is the thing that you want to resolve or get better at? So you got to define that. And then you have to measure. So you got to figure out, okay, where do I stand and where do I want to stand? So this is where I'm currently at. This is where I want to go. So let's just apply it to fitness. So like say, hey, I would like to lose 5 pounds. Okay, so what do I need to measure? So I want to measure, like, you don't want to measure losing weight. You want to measure how many times you go to the gym. So you'd be like, hey, I'm going to the gym right now 1 time a week. I need to go to the gym 5 times a week or 3 times a week or whatever. You can start off slow and then build yourself up. You don't have to go from 1 to 5 over a 1 week period. Just like I would always recommend, go slow. And then by month 3, you're going to be where you need to be, and you didn't overwhelm yourself or burn yourself out by going to the gym every single day. So you want to measure where you at and where would you love to be with your desired results. And then you have to look at A, which is analyze. So you got to analyze all the weaknesses, all the possible defects that could help trip you up from reaching your goal of going to the gym. So those could be like, hey, do I meal prep? Are my clothes ready? Do I know what I'm going to do when I go to the gym? Do I have my playlist ready to help motivate me? Like, do I have proper shoes to go to the gym and everything? Am I getting a proper enough sleep at night? So as you can see, like, to go to the gym, it takes at least probably 10 things to go right before you can go to the gym, in terms of like sleeping, not being sick, meal prepping, like waking up early enough, the alarm set. Like if you have kids, those, like, maybe ask the partner to be like, hey, can you watch the kids and everything? You got to look at the weather, because sometimes like it snows, you can't go to the gym, and then all these other things that could possibly affect you. So you got to look at So you got to look at those and see like, hey, what are out of those things, what can I control? What can I improve on? And then the I is for improve. So like, okay, what did you actually improve on over doing this for 30 days? So look at the best possible like results. Look at the way to get the best possible results. Minimize those defects in your process so that you can actually go. And then C is control. So you do audits and then you have dashboards to see like, oh, am I going to the gym? Oh, am I falling behind? So you stay reminded that you need to keep doing those things. And then you just follow that process, do it for 1 month and do it for the next month. And you just do this for other parts of your life. It doesn't require a lot of time. It just requires reflection and a little planning. It requires planning first and then reflection at the end. But like we should do that more in our life, is more planning, more reflection, just so that we can live our best life. And yeah, and then if you look at DMACC, your DMACC, and you see that my process was good, I just had bad luck, then you got to accept that. That just happened and just move on to the next month and just realize like, hey, instead of going to the gym, let's say your goal was to go to the gym 15 times a month and you only went 11 times, and the other 4 times because of bad luck, because you got sick or something else that happened. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Move on to the next month. You did what you could. All you can do is all you can do. Just make sure you're doing all that you can do. And following that process can really help you out and everything. So that's all I have for today about how when you make good decisions, realize that there is luck involved, but when you're looking at your decisions, you want to make sure it's bad luck and not bad skills. And if you do this, and you can do this continuously, then you're going to make more good decisions with your life. The more good decisions that you make with your life, the better off you tend to be. There's some luck involved in that too. So just take it for what's worth and just realize that control what you can control and ignore the rest. And do this and that life can be good. So hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I'll be here tomorrow to talk about a personal finance topic. If you have any comments, leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you, or have any other questions, just let me know. And hope you enjoyed. If you would like to have a quiz at growwithjoe.me/quiz that grades your inner circle. So if you want to see like, hey, am I getting what I need to get out of life? Take this quiz. So you're going to be graded on like, hey, is my inner circle an A, a B, a C, a D, an F? If your inner circle is a D, then it's probably not going to work out pretty well for your life. So those are the things you got to improve on, like with your physical self, your mental self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self. You do all these things, and then your inner circle is an A, and then your outer circle of success is going to reflect your inner circle success. So if your inner circle of success is an A, then you're going to have your A career, A relationships, A personal finances. And yeah, those, why would I not want to be an A? Like, life is just too short to be a C player, B player, D player. I want to try my best and do my best and just see what's out there in the world and live a good life. So hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be here tomorrow and take that quiz. So as always, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe, because Joe knows dough and knows personal development. So take care.